Hi everyone, it's the Tides Changing here, and welcome to part 3 of Let's Build a Suburban House. So by the end of this part, I'm hoping to have the window placement done and the accents like the railings and columns on the decks and possibly the exterior colors, but I'm not sure if I'll get to all that since usually I don't get quite as much done as I hope to. And in the comments of the last part, there were a lot of comments about things with the roof not looking right and needing to be fixed up. So I'm definitely going to have to work on the roof a lot in this part and just get things looking good. There were also several comments about it looking like some of the roofs don't match up properly. And I'm not 100% sure which roofs they were talking about, but I think that it's probably this right here where this gable roof meets the hipped roof. And I don't think that's actually because they're not matching up properly. I think it's because of these roofs just don't come together quite right. Because if you look at it from this angle here, it doesn't, you can see that it doesn't extend out past it. It's not actually bumping out of it any. So there's not really a whole lot I can do about it. It's just how these types of roofs meet. So unfortunately, that's going to have to be left like that. And I did look around at the other roofs a bit before recording, and they all appear to be matching as well. So everything's matching up properly, but I still do need to make some changes because some things don't look right. Like this doesn't look quite right. Actually, I thought it looked great when I was recording the last part, and then I stopped recording, and I was like, you know what? Maybe that wasn't such a great idea. I wanted to change it the next time I went in and worked on this house. Also, this doesn't look right, and there were several comments about this not looking right. So I definitely have to fix this up as well. And what I was thinking of doing to make the house look better was actually making the porch here in the front of the house wrap around to the back. I felt like that would make this side of the house look a lot more interesting because I feel like it looks kind of boring compared to this side. So I think that'll balance things out and make it look a lot better. And I guess, in the developments where the houses are kind of close together, you don't really see a lot of wraparound porches. But I guess when you get into more rural areas where there are these types of houses, then that happens. Because where my parents actually live in a more rural area, kind of, not really that rural. I mean, all the houses are on like an acre or two lots, and the nearest grocery store is like 10 miles away. But, there aren't any huge developments around. It's not a suburb with houses really close together. But whenever they put in new houses into, on the street where they live, they always add in these big suburban type houses. And one of them actually had a big wraparound porch around one side of the house. And that's kind of where I got this idea from, because I saw that and I was like, oh, that actually looks really pretty. So I wanted to give it a try on this house to see how it looks. And I just thought it would make it look a lot better and would give it a really nice look to it. And I think it also makes it look kind of cozy. But as you saw there, I just had the porch continue around the back of it. And now I'm just, oh, whoops, I did not mean to pull that wall out. But now I'm just bringing this flooring around here as well, because I like to put the flooring under where the roof goes. I do really think that this will improve how the house looks and just make it look a little bit more balanced and better. And I think right there we'll have it matched up. Yeah, there we go, that's right. And I'm just going to have a hipped roof go all around this. So I think that the hipped roof will definitely, having the hipped roof on the back deck will definitely make things look a lot nicer. Unfortunately, when I put this in, it's going to take out all those windows, so I'm going to have to put them back in, but that's not really too huge of a deal. So yeah, there we go. So we've got that hipped roof in there. And I'm actually going to delete this roof and then put a half hipped roof right in this corner and then just drag that along here. And I think that's good. So now I'm just going to go ahead and lower that. I'm not sure, actually, let me adjust it from the front here and then mess around with the back. Because I want to get this down to about where this roof here is. Actually, let me see if we can get it a little bit lower. Yeah, there we go. I think that's good. So then it now now it matches up there in the corner. So I think that is a good pitch for the roof. And that means that we actually need to raise this one up a little bit. There we go. That matches up now. And I think that looks a little bit, yeah, I think that looks a lot better. Because of the problem with the hip roof before was that the corner was right here, and I felt like that just didn't look right and looked a little bit off balance, but it definitely looks a lot better now, and I think that the wraparound porch definitely makes things look better, and it'll look even better once I get the railings and columns and all of that in here. So now I just had to put back in all the windows I actually accidentally took out. And right here I'm actually just going to put in 3 windows in a row just so it looks a little bit different than right here does. And okay, so these were here originally. I'll probably move them around a little bit later or change around the windows on the side here a little bit. And I think right here I had the same thing. Yeah, that's what I had here as well. And then I'm pretty sure along here I had the shuttered windows. Alright. Oh, shoot. How did I have them? There we go. Yeah, I think that's what I did. Yeah, that's how I had them. Alright, so there we go. We've got the wraparound porch placed. Another adjustment that I wanted to make to fix this right here is actually pulling this whole area right here out one. Just so that way the roof from the deck doesn't show through and I don't have to worry about that. So now I just gotta pull all of that forward. And I think that that does look a little bit better. It looks a little bit less busy with this coming through. And I'm actually going to have these come forward as well. So I think... there we go. Alright, so there we go. I definitely think that not having this roof come through right here definitely made it look a lot less... It made it look a lot less busy, and I think this made it look a lot better, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then in the back here, replacing this with a hipped roof definitely made things look a little bit less busy. So I think that that is pretty good for the roof, so now I'm just going to go ahead and put in the... I guess I'll put in these brick stairs. Yeah, there we go. I'll put those in and just have them right there. And actually, maybe before putting in all the columns and all that, I should finish putting in the windows and do the exterior paint. So right now this is all we have on the side of the house, but perhaps I could put some more windows in. And I'll mess around with the interior of the house later. I'm just gonna ignore the interior of the house for the time being because I really do need to focus on the outside of it. So for here, maybe I'll just not have shuttered windows on the side of the house. And then we can, So for this room, I guess we could put in... Actually, that doesn't look quite right with the rest of it. So let me just do... You know what, maybe I won't. I might also go in and alter the windows a little bit more once I actually once I actually go into the interior of the house, because the arrangement of those rooms might change slightly. And I'll just do the same thing here so the windows are stacked. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what to do with these, with the windows on the side of the house, because I don't want to have too many windows in there. So at some point in the future I might alter the windows there once I get more into the interior of the house and see how everything's going to be laid out. But for right here, this was going to be the kitchen, so I wanted to have a door going out of it, and then I think we could have this as a kitchen window and then have a door right here. So unfortunately there's no sliding doors, which I found out back when I was doing the First Impressions Let's Build, but we could... I'm not sure about that one. What was the window? I think that this was this the window I used before? Except that doesn't really come in just white. I could use that one, but that's a little bit more modern than what I would want to use. Unfortunately, there's not really any good, there really needs to be a sliding door. But maybe we could have this in and leave it blue and then make the shutters of the house blue, but then those blues don't completely match. Or we could just do this. We could just leave it like this. I guess, maybe it'll look a little bit better once I figure out what color I want all these shutters to be. Maybe I could have brown shutters, even though that's a little bit boring. Yeah, I'll come back to that a little bit later. But as for right here, I think I could also have the... Actually, maybe I want to have some bigger... Maybe I want to use the same window that I used here on... Since that will be the living room, so I think that there should be some nice big windows. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And I do like how well the light filters into the lower levels, because in The Sims 3, whenever you did anything like that, you always had to put a bunch of lights in whatever the lower level was of a split level in order to get light in there. But I think for now that's pretty good for the windows, actually, because I completely neglected to do these windows back in the last part. Yeah, but now I think that... Actually, let me do the exterior paint first before I do the railings, like I said. So I think I'm going to go with siding over most of the house and then some brick accents in other places. And I do want to try out just a neutral kind of a color for it. You know, I don't want to do anything too fancy or crazy for this house, so... Whoa! That went out a little bit farther than I wanted to. But I think that this works, and then I can have some brick accents. Actually, maybe this one? Maybe, yeah, maybe a yellow would look a little bit better. Yeah, actually, I think I do like that more than that tan color. So I'll go with this, and then, like I said, just put brick in certain places as sort of an accent, and then just leave most of it as a siding. So I'll go back to the front when I'm done with this and put in some brick. And I definitely do need to change the colors of the color of the siding. But let's see. Let's look at what kinds of brick we have. So where is and I definitely want to go with a more of a reddish brick. So let's see, I can hold down Alt and just put it on that side there. That actually doesn't look quite right. So maybe this. You know what, let me see, actually let me see this one. Oh, actually I should have gone with this one where it, Huh. So, I don't know if I want to go with... I don't know if I want to go with this darker color or go with the lighter color. Or we could just go with a plain white type of a color. Because I do want to go with something just sort of neutral and simple for most of the house. Oh, I forgot that changes the back roof too. That's, shoot, that might be... Actually, I could just put in 2 separate pieces of roof to be able to have separate, because I just noticed that when I put in the brick on this roof here, it changed it on this one back here as well, because it's the same roof, but I can always just, shorten this roof and add another one onto the back of it. So maybe we want to go with this type of a color, and then just put some brick or rock type on top of that. Actually, let's look in the rock walls. I'm not really a fan of... I'm not really a fan of that. So I think I more so want to go with brick, but what kind of brick? I really did like this, how this brick looked, but I'm not so keen on the... Actually, that does match a little bit better with, it does definitely match better with this color than it did with the other one, or the more yellowish. Or on second thought, I think I'm going to actually put in the rails and all that first, because I think that'll help the final picture to come together a little bit more and maybe make it easier to choose the right type of siding, you know, with the proper deck flooring on and railings and all of that. So I'm just going to pick out what I want for the deck here really quick, and I might go with this, which is kind of my go-to wood flooring for the time being. Although that one looks pretty good. And then that one's pretty good as well. I don't really want to go with the reddish one. I also like this one as well, but maybe in a lighter color. You know, I think I'm going to go with this wood right here. Yeah, I think that one looks pretty good. I'm going to change the staircase because I actually don't really like how that looks. So I think I actually want to go with just a white wood rather than brick, so that way... Because I'm going to use white railings most likely, so that way it'll tie in with that a little bit better. And as far as the railings go, I want to go something nice but not too fancy. So maybe I like this one. It looks nice, but it's pretty simple. So I think I'll just go ahead with this one. And just put it all the way around back there. And I also have to put in a staircase there as well. So I think I have to take out oh, okay, there we go, so I can just shove it in there. Alright, so for the time being, I'll just have it in there right in front of that door. And I also have to remember to put in the railing as well. So I think it's not that one. I think it's no, I'm pretty sure it's not that one. There we go. I think that's the correct railing. Yeah, there we go. So it's starting to come along a little bit nicer. And then for the column, this is always just a nice classic column. I don't wanna go with anything too crazy. You know, I just want to keep this just a nice. I don't want to go. You know, I don't want to go too grand because this is a family home, so you don't want to let things get too crazy. And we can put this. Let's see. I think this is the middle, and then we can have it. Yeah, there we go. I think that's evenly spaced, and then definitely have to have one on either side of the stairs. And I will also add in the spandrels to make everything look nice. And right now, that's actually I'm gonna take this one out so the spacing is even. Yeah, so there we go. That looks pretty nice, and I'm actually glad I did decide to go ahead and just add in the railings and all, because that really made this all look a little bit nicer. And I think it'll make the choosing the wall pattern a lot easier. And also some spandrels. Once again, I don't want to go with anything too ridiculous for this. I think that this one would probably look best. That looks like the best for this type of a house. And we do also, so unfortunately there's not just a straight white of this, so I'm just going to go with the blue accents. But this does give a nice bit of color to this house. And I guess this is the, oh shoot, I just accidentally replaced that room with this. You gotta watch doing that. Anyway, I just wish that there was just a white on white for this, rather than having to pick a color. Because, yeah, that's not there. It's just all with a color. But I might change that later once I pick out the color for the shutters. Because I'm not sure that I want to keep the blue. I might want to do something else. Actually, maybe we could go with yellow. Or brown. That actually makes me kind of not want to use those spandrels. Maybe these. But then again, I think this is the same thing where you have to choose a color to go with it. That's rather unfortunate because I just want it to be white. Although there is some more options in the roof trim here, so maybe I could use one of these. Actually, that doesn't function quite the same as spandrel. But that does still help with things a bit, I guess. And maybe if I get rid of... I have to get rid of each one of them individually. You know, actually, I'm just gonna undo putting in all those spandrels. All right, and let's see how just this looks. Maybe if we do a more, that's a little bit too ornate, probably. So maybe just something simple, rather than putting in a spandrel. Yeah, rather than putting in spandrels, I could maybe just do this and keep it a little bit more simple, because I guess we don't want to. This isn't supposed to be a like old-fashioned Victorian home, so I don't want to go too traditional with things. But yeah, there we go. That's definitely really starting to come along. And I think I want to keep this this color for the siding, but maybe it'll look better if I just keep everything all siding, actually, or maybe I do want to go with brick in some places. Let me go back to that and see if there's a better brick that I can find. Maybe just some regular old red brick. See, but then I don't know that I really like this. I think I like this brick the most. I'm not 100% sure. I kind of think maybe, given the brick choices in this game, that it actually looks better with just the siding than with the brick. I don't know how exactly I feel about that. I can also try different siding colors in different places. So, yeah, I actually want you guys to help me with deciding this, because I'm not 100% sure. I mean, maybe I could have a different siding color on the front of the house or something like that. I'm actually not 100% sure what to do about that. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think I should do about the exterior color in the comments below. I want to know what you think. I actually can figure out what to do with the shutters now, though, so I think that You know what? I think that given this color, I think that this blue actually looks best. And let me, yeah, so when you put it in the afternoon, it does look a lot more white. It looks sort of yellowish in the morning light. I mean, if I do leave it as all siding, I could always just go with a different color as well. Because of things just look. I mean, it looks pretty in the morning light, but things just look weird. Like this blue looks more greenish than blue, and the white siding looks really yellowish. But yeah, I am also up to changing the siding colors if there's one that you all think would look a little bit better. I'm just not 100% sure what to do for the exterior colors myself. Like, I don't know if you guys also think that it looks best with just the siding everywhere. That's sort of what I'm thinking looks best right now, because the brick in this game for whatever reason just didn't look it didn't look completely right with it. Oh, and I think with these we can also change these to be like this. So that will make things look a little bit more interesting, so they're not so plain. Actually, I'm not so sure about that, but you all can, I do want you all to let me know what you think I should do as far as the coloring choices on this house and what do you want to see with that. But before the end of this part, I do want to fix up the foundation, because I don't really want to keep that foundation. We could just go with a nice brick foundation. So yeah, there we go. I think that looks good. So at least the brick definitely looks good somewhere on this house. But yeah, I think that a good bit of progress was made, and I am really happy with how it's coming along. I definitely think that the wraparound porch made things, improved things a lot. And also, I mean, I don't know if maybe another foundation would look a little bit better. We could also have this foundation here on all the decks. I think that this is a good point to end this part at, though. And if you have any suggestions for this house, then, be sure to leave them in the comments below. I hope you all enjoy the video. Thanks for watching, and bye!